Okay, listen, there's so many things to talk about. I labeled this game as a robbery, but there were so many other things as well that was in this game that I want to talk about. First of all, let's talk about the two goals that Palace scored. The first one shouldn't have been a corner. Terrible refereeing from Chris Kavanagh, but what else is new? The PGMOL need to get sacked. Either way. But now that second goal, 6 minutes, I understand it's a minimum of 6 minutes, but once 6 minutes hits the clock, there was no additional stoppages. I don't understand, there was no additional stoppages in that game. How does it then go into the 97th minute? There was a throw-in, there was two opportunities where the ref could have blown the whistle, but the ball actually goes out. The ref still plays the game on, and that for me, I don't want to know why was that extra minute played. I don't know. From a Liverpool perspective, terrible defending though. Terrible. Couldn't clear the lines the first time. The second time the ball comes in, Curtis Jones is the one that headers it into Nketiah. And then Nketiah obviously scores. And close. It was so close as well. Look at that. Gravenberch almost comes back on. It's a heartbreaking one, man. It was a heartbreaking one. And Slot was absolutely fuming at the end because, listen, we didn't deserve to win. But I would argue that Palace didn't deserve to win either. And that's where the robbery comes in again. Palace, they did well, fair enough, for 45 minutes, the first 45 minutes. However, overall, there's no ways I would say Liverpool deserved to lose that game. If anyone is saying that Liverpool deserved to lose, I don't know what game you are watching. This guy needs to start 100% in the next game. He is so alive whenever Liverpool play. He's the reason why Liverpool are alive. 8 GA so far this season. He's clinical. This guy can't stop scoring against us as well. Just wanted to mention that. Ismail Assar and Marcus Llorente both scoring against us in September. September, one of the worst months for football. Even though we got these last minute winners, our common enemies keep on scoring against us. Listen, if we had to lose, it was against a team that is arguably one of the best teams in this league. Look at that, the only team undefeated. Oliver Glasner is a world-class coach. He won the Europa League with Frankfurt, and then he did a madness with Crystal Palace, winning the FA Cup, winning the Community Shield. Currently still undefeated. It's insane. Well done. This Glasner guy, quality coach. But yeah, again, from a Liverpool perspective, terrible stuff. Terrible. Gravenberch was off it. From Pong's cameo, by the way, one of the worst cameos I think I've ever seen. Verts 007 confirmed. He's not even showing signs of progression, that his game is getting better. We need him to get better soon. Isak did okay. He eventually got into the game, but it was way too late. Too little, too late, Isak. Took until the 65th minute, but it was also because of how well Palace did set up the team. Lesson is a tough one to take. We're going to have to get it on the chin. It was an overdue defeat. Liverpool deserved to have lost at least once this season. It came in this game. We didn't deserve to win other games. So we are in a fair position still. A message to United fans. This is how you set up a 3-4-3. Like the way Oliver Glasner set up against Liverpool. Flop and all. That was tough to break down. Crystal Palace 2 and Liverpool 1. That was a tactical battle, I won't lie. And Oliver Glasner, at the end of the day, he wins the battle against Arne Slot. But Arne Slot as well, he should be holding himself a bit accountable for that loss. As much as Palace gets that first goal from a corner, which shouldn't have been a corner, and gets the 97th minute winner within the 96 minutes at the time, let's talk about the tactics. Like I mentioned already, this 3-4-3 was so difficult to break down. Wharton and Kamada, there was no way you could go through them. Arne Slot prefers to play football through the middle, opposed to on the wings. He does change it up. He does put a little bit of both, but majority of the game it's through the middle. And the way they are set up, even these number 10s, Ismail Assar and Pino, like there was no way you could get past them. And then the way that they would actually dual press with Mateta at times. So if Liverpool were on this side, these two guys would dual press. This side, these guys would dual press, but you couldn't pass them. And it was also because of the way Liverpool set up, in all honesty. Because if you know a team sits back, he made the changes way too late. And I mean, Palace have been playing this way this whole season, and that's why they are probably undefeated as well. Why are you playing Florian Wirtz as the left winger? We all know he loves to actually be in this half space here and more in the middle. Szoboszlai as well, like, I would rather have Florian Wirtz play there and play Chiesa. You need to have, or even Gakpo. Gakpo shouldn't have been dropped in this particular game because you needed to have width. In order to break down a team that sits back, that does a low block, you need to stretch them out. You need to be able to create spaces. Like, let's say in between Munoz, because Munoz, obviously, when Liverpool have the ball, Munoz is more deep and Mitchell is more deep. So you have to create spaces in between Gay and Mitchell, or even Gay and Lacroix. These are the spaces where you need to create. And Liverpool couldn't do that because we didn't have the good runners in behind today. If you had Chiesa on the right and Gakpo on the left, that would have been insane. I know, don't even drop Mo Salah. You could have even had Mo Salah still do that same job. But even the service today wasn't so good. There were moments where we did get in behind. McAllister's passing was way too hard. Gravenberch's passing was way too hard. Soboslai's was way too hard. Bradley was way too hard. So the service today also wasn't so good. A lot of Liverpool fans will also say, not just Liverpool fans, rival fans will say this was a deserved loss. Liverpool fans will agree because obviously we have been riding our luck this season. There were certain games where we shouldn't have won. And maybe you can argue now that things are now balanced because this is a game we shouldn't have lost. We did lose, fair enough. There were some reasons here as to why we did lose, like I mentioned, from a tactical perspective. But I still think the way that the goals came, it was a tough one to take. On to the next though.